Wahahaha! Happy Halloween, people! Hi, it's Elaine Mitchell here, Empowerment Coach. And it's Halloween, and I must admit we don't celebrate it as much in the UK as they do in other countries. However, my children do like Halloween, and there just seems to be more of an uprising of it in the UK. So I've got into the spirit of things, and it's made me have a think. And the thought I've had about it is the kids go out trick-or-treating, which is fine if that's what floats their boat and they want to get high on however many blooming grams of sugar they consume in the shortest period of time, and the parents can cope with it, fine. However, it made me think trick or treat, and what you actually expect on Halloween. All the kids expect a treat. It's not very often they get a trick, and in all honesty, if someone said trick, I'm not sure if they know what to do. However, on the other days which aren't Halloween, what do we say to ourselves? How do we talk to ourselves? Do we talk to ourselves as if we are tricking ourselves and not letting us know the truth? Or do we talk to ourselves as if we are treating ourselves and we are boosting our confidence? I know most of my clients are in the trick side. They tell themselves trick, they trick themselves all the time. They lie to themselves, and can you hear my family doing Halloween noises outside? Special effects, no expense spared in the Mitchell household. So that's what they do. You'll trick yourself. You'll say, I'm no good at that. I can't do that. I would do that, but... And you create these problems, these tricks that will trip you up, prevent you from having the progress that you want. We trick ourselves into thinking we can't lose weight, whereas we can. We just give ourselves too many treats, but they're not treats, and that's the trick. That's a bit confusing, but I'm sure you know where I'm coming from. We have this cycle whereby our internal dialogue is being tricked all the time, and we trip ourselves up. We are the best species in the world at doing that, especially us women. Especially us women. Because we will tell ourselves that we can't do something, or we will tell ourselves that we could do it if only that obstacle wasn't there, if only that trick wasn't there to trip us up, if only that thought process was more positive. And you know what? You can pretend it's Halloween, you can trick it up, and you can treat it. Speak to yourself with love, speak to yourself with treats, and give yourself that abundance of treats that the kids expect on Halloween. They expect, and they go out there, and they expect to fill their bounty pots with wonderful things, wonderful to them. They get coins, they get sweets, they get toys, some of them get homemade buns and things like that, depending on where they go and what they are given. But they all do expect to get a reward. They expect to get a treat. And because they've expected it, they get it. And that will make the trick, should they get any tricks, a little bit more fun. Rather than being the other way round and expecting the tricks and then not being able to celebrate the treats because you don't believe that you deserve them. You don't believe that you deserve the treats. And that is very, very sad. And you know what? It's tragic as well, because we spend our time telling those around us who we love, who we adore, who we want to see do well, that they deserve the treats, but we don't give that back to ourselves. We don't give that self-love back to ourselves. We don't treat ourselves. And that treat can be something emotional, such as some positive self-talk. We all need that. So when you are talking to yourself, just check your internal dialogue. Are you speaking to yourself as if there's a trick there, as if there's that witch on your shoulder saying, you can't do that, you're rubbish? Or do you have a beautiful angel on your other shoulder saying, of course you can, go fly, go do your best? That's the big difference. We don't treat ourselves physically either. We always perhaps have the term treat as something naughty. I know when I was growing up there was this advert which said naughty but nice, and that related to cream buns, a little bit of excess sugar and things that we as a generation are now addicted to. So that is our treat. Whereas the real treat for your body is having, can you hear these blooming sound effects? I don't know what they're doing. The real treats for our body are good wholesome food. Food that nourishes, food that makes our brain work better, and food that will then help our brain to tell us that we deserve the treats that we get. Absolutely. So just have a little thought about what you say to yourself and what you give to yourself as well in the forms of tricks or treats. I can't believe the noise that they're making outside. So I just wanted to share that with you, that trick or treat just prompted that thought in me, that do we expect to trick ourselves? And we do. We absolutely do. When I'm working with women who have all the balls in the air like they do, they have a busy lifestyle, they've got a business that they're running, they perhaps even work as well, and they may have got kids, they may have got a family, or they may be carers. And they will then serve themselves the tricks that they've not got enough time, they've not got enough resources to do what they want to do, they don't deserve what they want to do and what they want to achieve, and they feel that they are not worthy. And they are all tricks. Because if that is something that you want, if that is something what you desire, turn it into a treat. You deserve to feel healthy. You deserve to feel loved. You deserve to love yourself. You deserve to have the business, the career, the family life that you require, that you desire. Of course you deserve it. It is our right to live our path as an empowered path, doing exactly what we're meant to do. I, believe it or not, got on this path from running my own business in makeup. I learned an awful lot. I loved that time. It was absolutely phenomenal, and I was in the flow in that time of my life. I had got lots of issues at that time. I was working full time, and I was also just doing lots and lots of things to set and build up this business. But because I loved it, and because I had got on the personal development trail at that time, I then began to turn my negative thought processes, my tricks, into treats, into the positive thoughts. It became I can do that. Any I can'ts became I choose not to do that, because I decided I didn't want to do it. So I would say 98.99% removed the dialogue of can't from my vocabulary. What I do is I choose to do things, I have faith in myself, and I nurture myself, and I feel that that makes me an empowered woman. That makes me someone who can see the treats, and I can also see the tricks, and I can tell myself when I'm actually trying to trick myself, and when I'm trying to trip myself up and cheating myself and cheating the path that I'm meant to be on. And that's what I can do for you, that's what I can help you with. But I will leave you today, because the sound effects are still going on outside, I will leave you with the thought of, are you tricking yourself, or do you treat yourself? And just have a think about that the next time the negative dialogue is in there. So happy Halloween! Trick or treat!